Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Echo. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, it's available free on itch.io. And if you want to support the people that make this game, you can go to the Patreon. This game's already finished, but they make other stuff. Anyways, let's just quickly look at my face just to be sure. On the last Let's Play, we chose to go after TJ, which I believe, I've been told, kind of puts us in his route. It's not a dating game, but we just kind of hang out with them more, I guess. Not sure how long this game is. And I kind of helped them, with the situation that was on the previous Let's Play, which was, what was his name? Sorry, I don't play. I've only kind of started this game and played it on and off. It's the lizard guy. He was really bad to everybody. So we, in the case of being like myself, went over to the person that seemed to be hit the hardest, and he made them feel a bit better, and decided to go on a hike with them. Also, God, I miss that train sound. Like, when I lived at my mom's, we lived very close to a train track, because the person that tricked them that was selling the house. And then when I lived in West Texas, which pretty much looks like this, minus the filter, it pretty much sounded like that when a train went by, just ever so slightly in the distance. But anyways, I digress. Let's get to the actual game. The sun is bright, and I'm pretty sure I can smell the fur searing on the top of my head. It's the end of March, so it's not nearly as bad as it can be, but being right out in the sun like this... You've only been on the trail for about 10 minutes at this point, but I'm already regretting it. Chase, TJ, who's about 5 feet ahead of me, turns around. It's at this point that I realize he said something and I have no idea what it is. Everything okay? Yeah, sorry. What did you say? He looks concerned and walks back towards me. Remember, if you have a headache, or feel sick to your stomach, or if you start feeling like you're not yourself. Don't worry, I'm fine. I try to give him a smile, to show that it's true, but he's already in the process of unscrewing a bottle of water from his backpack. No way, you don't have... He dumps half it on my head, and I hurriedly unshoulder my camera bag. Where's the equipment? Sorry, Chase, but you're not having a heat stroke on my watch. Here's the thing, if you go down in these situations, drink a crap ton of water at first. Okay, doctor's opinion and stuff. I'm not a doctor, but and also have electrolytes. And, wear hats and stuff to keep yourself out of the sun. I've studied otter physiology. You guys do not do well in dry, hot environments. That's why I pulled you into desert, where you'll surely die. He's pretty close to me, having to dump the bottle over my head. I keep holding my bag away from my body while I look down at him, water dripping from my whiskers. Otter physiology? Yeah, it's like your body, its parts, and what they do, especially your crotch area. Actually, not the crotch area, because I'm Christian and wouldn't do that. Again, what is Christian Jesus? A rabbit? It's a little awkward that TJ knows how my body works for some reason. Huh, so you studied all our parts? The attempt at humor is weak in the first place, but I realized too late that I'm talking to TJ, and that he probably wouldn't have laughed even if it was funny. He looks a little taken aback. Oh, well, yeah. We all have different anatomy, so it's important to... He trails off, and I can tell that he's blushing. He frowns at me. Are you making fun of me? What? No, I was just trying... He turns away suddenly, and starts back up the trail. We should keep going. It's an all-day hike. I follow him quietly. It's hard to judge by the type of expression he had on his face. It wasn't exactly angry, more flustered. I'm pretty sure it's because he knows I like guys. Ooh woo. Even in college, my straight male friends get uncomfortable when I joke about sex. Like, they think I'm coming on to them. TJ's never told me how he feels about my sexuality. In fact, I know nothing about his sexuality. I think he dated one girl in high school, but that fell apart pretty quick. She had problems fitting in, so he befriended her. Obviously, she took it as him liking her, so she asked him out. TJ, of course, couldn't say no. He's always on a quest to make other people happy. Anyway, he definitely isn't homophobic, at least on the outward side. I'm trying to think of a joke about like voting for certain groups of people, but yeah, I can't think it off the top of my head. Anyways, he seems pretty happy for me when he found out I was going out with Leo. He seemed really sad when he found out that we broke up. He doesn't exactly follow any particular Christian denomination that I know of. He hasn't even weighed in on the whole Jesus species debate. Well, at least they talk about it. From what I can gather, TJ just likes the spirituality of the whole thing. Once Leo told me that TJ is the type of Christian that Christians always say they are, but definitely aren't. I have to agree. 2 hours later, I'm pretty sure I'm going to die. I'm practically stumbling after TJ. The Lynx 15 feet ahead of me. I guess lynxes are in the desert too. No, okay, some bobcats. Lynxes are definitely northern, right? He doesn't even notice either, carefully marching along up the steep trail, and over rocks as if they weren't even there. I'm dying, literally dying. My foot slips and I faceplant. I lay there, waiting for TJ's god to take me. Chase! I hear someone stumbling, and TJ slides up next to my body, sending a cascade of gravel over my head. Oh my gosh, are you okay? I hear the telltale sound of an unscrewing bottle. I turn my head to the side. No. A gush of water hits me right in the face, and I jerk up, sputtering and wiping my eyes. For the love of God, TJ, stop it. Let's get you some shade, dude. This is a desert. Where? Okay, deserts, like you could maybe find some large rocks, but like, what are you gonna do? He grabs me around the arms and starts dragging me towards a big boulder. Calm down. I can walk. Are you sure? Yes. TJ is looking incredibly worried right now, hovering over me as I make my way to sit against the boulder. Dude, I'm fine. I'm just tired. I don't know how you do it. TJ keeps watching me. As I sit down, he knees next to me, then runs a paw through my fur on my forehead, feeling it with his paw patch. You're a little warm. We should rest here a bit. He takes out another bottle of water. It's like he brought 50 of the damn things. We should probably get your clothes wet. I put a paw on his shoulder. TJ, calm down. I'm fine. You sure? Because... Teach. He stops babbling and looks at me in the eye, the water bottle in one paw, the cap in the other. What's up? He looks at me for a second, then breaks contact, slowly screwing the cap back on the bottle. Sorry, I just want to make sure you're okay. I'm the one that asked you to come. Relax, I'm just being a little dramatic. Alright, if you're sure. I am, but I could use a drink. He hands me the bottle. Good idea. Have you been making sure to drink a lot? I have plenty. Yep, my piss is crystal clear. Well, that's good. TJ's muzzle quirks as I take a long draft of water from the bottle. I cap it and burp. You know what? I think it's because I'm starving. What are we gonna eat? Not yet. We have to make it to the top first. I have some granola bars, though. Ew, dude, I'm hungry for real food. Hey, granola bars are food. You just need to eat several. Also, here's a thing that does kind of makes me wonder. Sometimes I drink quite heavily sometimes, and then I wake up in the middle of the night, like I eat something, but then in the middle of the night I wake up just absolutely starving. I don't know what that is. Like I eat before going to bed, but still. It's real food. Anyway, it'll be so much better if we can do it at the top. Also kids, don't drink. Besides, this is the hardest part, and it's almost over. It's downhill after this. Literally. I can tell he's getting anxious to start moving again, so I take one last gulp and get up. I don't get how you're so damn unaffected by the heat. Oh, I am. I'm just keeping wet. While he talks, he starts pouring water on his shirt. It sticks slick to his torso, showing off the tight chest and flat stomach, his navel, a dark indent through the fabric. I make sure I don't stare too long, not wanting to make it feel awkward again. Either way, I can feel my crotch area getting a little tight. Being in a hotel room with two other people didn't exactly give much time to relieve stress. Another just tangent. I remember going to MFF and I was like, I want to see if I don't jerk off, I can somehow figure out a way to find somebody, to fuck. But anyways, I didn't do it for like maybe 2 days. God, I was so damn horny. And it wasn't like a good horny, it was like every 5 minutes in my head was like, hey, you need to fuck now. And it's like, damn it. Maybe my straight friends did have a reason to be wary. Keep my eyes focused on TJ's. Ooh, bugger. Anyway. Yawns. Reading makes me yawn. I guess it's how you keep moving like you do here in the middle of the desert. Well, I run a few miles on track every day at school. Jeez. We start up the trail again. TJ is sticking to my side now. I feel a bit bad about holding back, but at least now it's less likely I'm going to eat shit again. We did it. It looks like an actual bench there, like made out of stones and stuff. TJ looks over the view as I stagger up behind him. I'm not as beaten up as I was earlier, but my leg's really starting to kill me. I lean over with my paws on my knees, panting. Swimming is definitely a better way to work out. It turns me on abruptly. TJ turns on me abruptly, and I straighten up, smiling. He holds up both paws, grinning. High five. I slap them with gusto, and TJ laughs, pulling off his backpack and sitting down on the rocky bench. I look at it, a little confused. What's this? A rock bench. It's always been here. I think some seniors from the old school made it. See? He scoots over, pointing at the back, and I look closer. Etched out in large letters and numbers, it says Echo High, Class of 59. They used to paint the year on the canyon too. You can see some of them. Sure enough, I can see where white lines on the canyon wall. A 52 here, 72 there. I think they also did that at my school too, but that was a bit more vandalismos. The school closed after 1980, so I assume there's nothing after that. I sit next to him and lean my head back, close my eyes. While the hike had been a massive bitch, I still don't regret coming. Not just for TJ's sake, but also because there's something nice about being isolated like this, like we're the only people on Earth. I feel the weight fall on my lap as I look down, expecting to see a tasty sandwich. Instead, I find a big, fat, hairy tarantula, which it was also in the prequel-esque game of the smoke room. I freeze, my brain processes what's going on. Then I scream and take a swipe at it, at the same time doing a sort of spastic dance to the right. I slide off the bench and on the ground, where I roll several times to get away. Holy fucking shit, son of a bitch! Shit balls. I roll on my feet and stumble back further, away from the bench. eyes scanning the ground for the giant ass spiders that I'm sure to be after me. That's when I realized TJ's laughing. Chase, calm down. He holds up a giant spider. Its frozen ridgeness tell me that he couldn't finish. Fake? TJ's still laughing, but I'm still hugging myself, shivering and flinching every time I see something spindly. I'm shocked, but not because of what just happened, but because TJ did it to me. Fucking TJ. Feeling betrayed, I glare at him as he beckons me with a paw, wiping at his eyes with the other. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. But Jenna made me promise her that I'd do it. That figures. I'm gonna knot her. Gonna get Leo to knot her. Ooh woo. Jenna's the type to always play pranks, and yeah, I hate to say it, but it's because she's a fox. You know, being speciesist. I rub my arms up and down my paws, shivering again with my paws. I can't believe you. You know how much I hate spiders. One of my worst fears had always been that of a tarantula getting into my room. I used to regularly shake out the bed sheets when I found out that they lived around Echo. I'm sorry, I thought you might not even fall for it. You know the ones around here are blonde, right? I remember when in my apartment there was a scorpion out in the hallway. I dealt with that thing, but it's better than what other people were telling me that, like, in the single-story places where, like, there might be tarantulas on the ceiling. No, scorpions on the ceiling, and they might drop from the ceiling onto the bed. Yeah, TJ, that's the first thing that comes to my mind when I find a fucking spider on my lap. His ears do lower at the point where he stops laughing. Though I can tell he's trying to smile. Listen, Chase, I'm sorry. Let's eat. I know you're hungry. CG! My stomach is painfully hollow right now, so I slowly walk back to the bench. I try hard not to be such a spoil sport as I reach out and take the plastic wrap sandwich from TJ. He squints some hand sanitizer from a bottle on my paws first before he lets me. We share a bag of chips and eat quietly for a few minutes, just taking in nature. Still, not even out here, I'm able to hear the train horns. I feel bad about the silence though, since I'm worried TJ will think I'm mad at him. Okay, fair enough. I'm annoyed, but the train. He's just too damn innocent to actually be angry with. The sun's beating straight down at us at this point, and it's a uncomfortable feeling my semi-damp shirt rubbing against my fur. Setting aside my food for a moment, I strip off my shirt. The wetness gives me a bit of trouble. As I do this, TJ stiffens up next to me. Ooh woo. I look over at him, and right away, it's pretty clear he's trying not to look at me. I wonder if TJ is just one of those guys that's embarrassed about showing off any kind of fur. He's only ever took off his shirt to swim, and even then, he always seemed embarrassed about it. At that moment, both of our paws slide onto the chip bag at the same time, and TJ jumps, pulling his paw away. It's my chips. I look over at him, quirking an eyebrow. Sorry. For what? Never mind. I watch him take out his phone and look over the messages. When he turns the screen off, he pauses. I realize he's looking at his reflection, adjusting the fur on his face, pawing at both sides until he seems satisfied. Again, this is something he did when he was much younger, back when he was obsessed with his cheek ruffs being perfectly even. I don't say anything, though, and just keep eating, bouncing one of my knees up and down. It's damn awkward, and I can't figure out why. Usually, it's really easy to talk to TJ, mostly because he had a lot of things to talk about. I try to think of something to say. Remember when I made fun of you for the way you used to say sorry? TJ gives a bright, high-pitched laugh, and that makes me relax, feeling like I just broke the ice on the first date. Yeah, it's one of the first things he said to me. I was trying to be so I was trying so hard to fit in, and just put me on the spot in front of everyone. The scene plays out in my mind as TJ talks. The image of a 7-year-old lynx looking away, too small for his puffy white fur. He just backed into me while I was trying to catch a ball thrown by Leo, and had turned around, full of smiles. Sorry. I pointed and laughed. Don't you mean sorry? That mortified look, by what would become TJ's trademark, run back home crying. I must have practiced that word 100 times when I got back home. There was a little pang in my heart at the image of kid TJ trying sorry over and over again, trying to get it right. Well, I'm sorry for making fun of you for it. Why? It was so long ago. Besides, you were just assimilating me into the culture. Sort of. If it makes you feel better, Leo did get mad at me after he ran away. TJ's having trouble keeping his lettuce-wrapped turkey together. So, are you and him, doing alright? I think so. We had a good talk a few days ago. That's good. He gives me a holding up wrap together and he gives up on holding the wrap together. Instead, just starts picking up the remains of the plastic, off the plastic. Are you lonely after you left? I try not to act surprised that teachers ask me these questions. Yeah, really lonely. I had trouble at first semester. What about now? Kind of. I guess I just haven't been able to find someone I connect with like I did Leo. Then again, the GSA at the university is practically dead, so who knows, maybe after I graduate. Okay, looking up acronyms. Define GSA. General Services Administration. Okay. Urban Dictionary. Stands for Gay Straight Alliance. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I remember being in Colorado and that being pretty decent, even for my engineering ass college. But then when I went to West Texas, not so much. How's that thing? Okay, that's fine. The face is fine. We eat in silence for a while longer, and though it's less awkward, I'm still trying to figure out what brought TJ to ask me those questions. I crumple up the plastic and toss him a backpack before getting up. Alright, now I gotta find a good view to get my shots. Shouldn't take too long. Oh, there's a great view of the canyon, just up the trail there. He gestures in the direction of the half-eaten wrap, with a half-eaten wrap. I wave and let him know I heard, and make my way up the trail. The town's namesake isn't much of a canyon. Town's namesake? You probably wouldn't even realize that this is one without being told. I slide up as close to the edge as I'm willing, taking a look over the side. Feet press pebbles over the side. They clatter down the edge of the cliff. It's dizzying as I dig my toes into the rocks, feeling as if I'm going to tip over. Tears and rain mingle, finally letting go. Going limp, wind giving the final push. I back away. Impact. Instead of release. Pain. I feel the buzzing starting up in my head again, and I sigh as I bend over and reach into my carry bag. I almost wish I could stay here until sunset, since the canyon would be a great backdrop for it. I always hate that feeling where you feel like there's a gravitational force towards the edge, or just a feeling where it's like, hey, I need to jump off this. It's like, but I definitely don't want to hike back in the middle of the night. It doesn't take long. About 5 minutes later, I've got all the footage I need. I can get all this way. It definitely isn't worth it. But, of course, that's not the reason why I did it. You finished? DJ walks up behind me as I'm bending over to put the camera away. Yeah. He hands me the water bottle, and I take it from him gratefully, pouring it over my head and chest, the fur flattening down over my body. DJ looks at my torso, his muzzle quirking at the corner a bit. You know, you kind of look like a Jared Grizz. I'm guessing that's like an actor or somebody famous but with a word or two change. Though, let's just take a quick look. Jared Gray. Let's see. Nobody in particular. I raise my eyebrow and look at him. The survivalist from the Wilderness Channel? Oh, Bear Grylls. What just... Oh, let's see. Bear Grylls, what's his thing? Jared Grizzy. What? Just because I'm out in the wilderness and shirtless? Well... You saying that all otters look the same? No, I mean, not just because you're an otter. I mean, because your bodies are... I mean, again, TJ's got me questioning certain things about him. TJ, I'm kidding. Yeah, sorry. Right, of course. He rubs his shoulder sheepishly as he slowly walks up to the edge next to me. Wow. He gets close to the cliff, though he does it in a manner in which he's spread out his legs and arms, brace himself on the ground. He peers over the side, looking absolutely ridiculous. We're so high up. I smirk, sneaking up behind him. I'm not gonna do that. I mean, I might see what would happen if I did do that, but I'm not going to do that. It's tempting as hell, but I'm worried scaring the cat will make him jump right off the cliff. You've seen those cartoons, right? Instead, I just stand next to him and look out over this small canyon. We're just gonna have to look at the animals. We stand there for a while, not ready to head back yet. That's when TJ lets out a sudden loud yell that almost makes jump out of my fur. Yeah! He puts both paws over my ear. I put both paws over my ears. TJ, what the frick? He frowns. Where's the echo? Huh? It's called Echo Canyon. Isn't supposed to echo? Oh, Hey! I yell too. TJ lowering his ears a bit as we wait for the response. His ears perk. I think I heard it. Maybe we're just in the wrong area? But we're like right in front of it. I mean, it could be named after the town too. TJ leans forward as if that's going to help and cups his paws around his muzzle before yelling as loud as he can. Yeah! This time I do hear the return. It's muffled, scratchy, ugly, but it's not alright. TJ makes a face. Ugh, it sounds kinda creepy. Well, what did you expect? Everything's crappy here. Including Echo's echoes. Blah. Again, re-answered by a raspy, ugly response, my voice twisted and distorted. Seems a bit shitty to name the entire town after that. I think it fits. Shitty Echo, shitty town. Grunt as I sit down and spread my legs with a sigh. TJ does the same, except with his legs crossed. You really hate this place, don't you? He looks sideways at me. You don't? Of course not. All of my best friends are from here. I mean, some of it's bad, but why let the bad taint the good? I make a non-committal grunting sound. I wish we all could have come up here. He really does look disappointed, and I feel bad about that. What? I'm not good enough? TJ giggles, cute face. Blem. I really am glad you came. It means a lot. It would have been pretty lonely otherwise. I look over at him, and he's looking me right in the eye. His powder blue gaze is really pretty, with the sunlight hitting it like that. He's smiling, and I smile back. Suddenly, his phone buzzes. "You get a reception here?" He breaks eye contact and just sits in position so he can get it out of his pocket. Probably Jenna checking in on. He turns to look back at. I turn to look back at him. When he goes quiet, he's furrowing his brow at his phone, as if trying to figure out what it says. Everything's all right. Slowly, his face relaxes, but his expression is dull. His eyes glazed over. TJ? I started to lean sideways to get a look at what the message might be, but TJ shoved it back in his pocket. Nothing. Just a long message from my mom. I can tell right away he's lying, which is fucking crazy, because I don't think TJ's ever lied to me. At least, not so easily. Is it bad? No, just something about when I came home for the summer. Oh, okay. It's weird, because I know he's lying, and he probably knows that I know he's lying, but still, here we are playing along. He stares quietly at the canyon for a few seconds, then stands up, brushing himself off. Alright, let's go. The cheerfulness in his voice is forced. It sounds like he's about to cry. Like I said, it's all downhill from here. Literally. He turns away quickly and starts back down the trail, wiping his face. I hang back, wanting to give him time to get over whatever is bothering him. I wonder if it's something to do with a family, like a grandparent passing away, or something. I do feel too intrusive about asking about now, so I decide to put it off till tomorrow. The hike back is, like TJ said, literally downhill, so it's way easier to come back than come back up. TJ is still a little bit overbearing, making sure I have water and dumping a few unsolicited bottles over my head. Even then, he's acting a little bit detached. I try to stay upbeat, though, and since TJ's never been one to sulk for long, I get him warmed back up pretty quick. By the time we get back to the car, he's in a talkative mood again. I think we might just keep going until, since the last episode was pretty short because I wasn't feeling too well, we'll do a bit longer. At least till we get to the next thing. So I'm thinking we get Jenna and go to the diner for dinner. Sound good? Sure, I'll text her. I reach out and turn on the radio. Then I remember where we are. So, what have you got hiking? So now that we got hiking out of the way, what are you going to do for the rest of the trip? We've got like 3 days left. TJ rests his elbow against the door, tugging at the fur on his chin. Well, there are more trails than just that one. We could hike those too. I cringe inwardly at the thought of more hiking, but don't say anything, and I'm pretty sure TJ knows I'm not into it. But you still need to do stuff for your project too, right? I could help you with any research you might need to do. Maybe. It's pretty boring stuff. Well, the work, yeah, but hanging out together would make it fun. I grin at his eagerness. Well, alright, but I warn you, it's a pain in the ass. I mean butt. TJ smirks at me. Chase, you don't have to try so hard. Anyway, I just want to help. Okay, I know I was saying a bit longer, but this is a more of a scene change. But we'll save it. And I hear that this thing's a bit dark, so we'll just see if would that actually do something really horrible? Lingering for days. The white bones pick through skin, maggots feeding off the living. What? Go up, but grab. I grinned and suddenly slammed both my paws on the shoulders. Yeah. Round and round a cartoon. I do want to go back and see. Let's see. Echo Projecto. I wonder if these are in any order, because Adastra is before Kamina, but Echo is not high on the list. There's like Arches. Is Arches done? Though Terra is before Adastra. I don't know. Maybe it's just in some order. So, let's... What am I looking for? It's just... It didn't see an Echo from the perspective of a younger cast of characters in 2008. Then when is this supposed to be? What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Oh yeah, what would its things be? I guess genres? It just says content warning echoes emotionally intense experience. It may not be for everyone. Please put your mental well-being first and take this into account before downloading. Ooh. Well, that's gonna be the end of this Let's Play. I thought it was gonna be longer, but what's it gonna do? I do remember seeing this picture where there's like the main character looking at like a mirror and his eyes look like his face looks kind of droopy and his eyes just look weird. Dunno. Maybe a game about mental illness, or maybe a game about horrible spooky stuff. I still want to play the smoke room some more so I can figure out what the frick is going on, because it's like, this is a murder mystery where you're the murderer, but not really, it's self-defense. But then also, and also politics stuff, I guess. But then also, what the fuck is up with these dancing women and them, you know, sounds and strange voices and all that stuff. Who knows? But anyways, I digress. And this Let's Play. So comment, guys. I like comments, if you like, dislike, tips, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and like to see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos too. Help it grow, and please remember to spam your eyeballs to help control the pet population. And until next time on Let's Play, me, GamerWolfSix, of a game that is spooky. So, thanks and see ya.